Hello, everybody, and welcome back to... This is episode 2 of Reddit Review, and basically, if you don't know what is going on, basically, we read from the Am I the Asshole subreddit, and then we decide whether or not we think that they're the asshole. And if they are the asshole, we take a drinky poo. Okay, I really want to show you this one because this has been deemed not the a-hole, okay? But I kind of strongly disagree, and I wonder how you're gonna feel about it too.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for abandoning my mother-in-law to deal with an angry flower owner and not warning? Background. My mother-in-law enjoys cultivating plants and has a tendency to steal cuttings from other people's gardens. She often talks about this jokingly, giggling over her little thievery and claiming no harm, no foul. I am a quite rule-abiding person who hates to put other people out. I find it rude to cut other people's flowers that they have grown and tried to look nice. So usually I don't laugh and try to change the subject. I have never called her out over it, and she has never done it in front of me. Yesterday, I was out walking with my partner, father-in-law, and mother-in-law. Mother-in-law and I were trailing behind as she is a bit slower. The houses on the street were close to the road, and we were admiring some of their flower boxes. At one house, mother-in-law exclaimed that a certain flower was very rare and that she had been looking for it. She pulled out a small knife from her pocket and took a cutting. I only realized what she was doing when she had the cutting in her hand. I also realized that mother-in-law hadn't noticed the person sitting right inside the window as she was doing it. She smiled at me triumphantly and giggled until the person opened the window and started yelling at her. I didn't feel like getting yelled at and pulled away towards the end of the street, approximately 10 meters?
Yeah, meters away.
Meters away, figuring not my problem. A few minutes later, mother-in-law joined me, red-faced and annoyed that I had abandoned her. It has caused some tension with my in-laws, but I don't feel like I was in the wrong. I didn't cut anything, and I kind of feel like she had it coming. Am I the asshole?
Huh, that's so interesting. So we're gauging, is he the asshole for abandoning her? It depends how close they are, in my opinion. Because if that was, because I have a stepmom, but like I consider her my mom, so like even if she was doing something I disagreed with, I wouldn't leave her in the face of like someone yelling at her. But I mean, where he's coming from, it almost just seems like he's like very disapproving of this and just turns a blind eye to it, so he felt awkward and left.
Okay, I think that he's the asshole, and nobody else agreed with me. I checked the comments. I think he's the asshole because I think this mother-in-law is just like having some fun and like cutting a flower off a plant. Like, what harm does that do? Like, he sounds like kind of boring. And
I actually agree with you there, because I was the way I was reading this, and he's like all stuck up that she's taking cuttings, like he knows cuttings grow back, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just propagating.
It's
so
not that big of a deal.
No, it's not a big deal at all. I think that's stupid that he's like her little thievery. Like, I don't know. He seems like a stuck-up son.
The way that he self-describes himself as a rule-abiding
citizen.
like, okay, Dwight from The Office.
Yeah, I know.
Like, who gives a fuck? Like, when it comes to rules like this, it's so like insignificant. And maybe I'm just getting pissed because the other day I stole a little thing from a diner.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm the thief. Maybe I'm mad because I'm a kleptomaniac.
I think it makes life more interesting, but I think some people might be thinking like, oh, it's a flower and he's cutting off the flower. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's like a flower grows multiple flowers, it's a whole bush of flowers. You propagate a little piece of it and you wouldn't even notice it was gone. So there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think.
Yeah.
But if he's cutting off like the headstock of like, I don't know, some like beautiful thing that they've been growing, which I highly doubt. I feel like this guy is over exaggerating because I don't feel like that's how you usually propagate something anyway.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I don't really think there's anything wrong with what she's doing necessarily. That being said, you run the risk of someone getting pissed off that you're cutting off a flower.
For sure. But personally, I wouldn't abandon my mother-in-law if this is what she's doing. Because personally, I think what she's doing is cute. She's stealing little flowers. Like, okay. If somebody's yelling at my mother-in-law for stealing flowers, I'm gonna say, I'll stand up for her, even though she is doing something wrong. I don't care. I will stand up, and I would be like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah, I don't really feel. At the same time, though, I kind of understand where he's coming from. Though he doesn't feel comfortable about it, whether that's annoying to us or not. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like he's that much of a jerk for like wanting to get out of the situation.
Let's read the top comment on this. Not the asshole. She's a coward who likes to get away with petty crime. If you want a cutting, you knock and compliment the plants and ask. Most folks say yes. And then you have a new friend to talk to about plants. Thieves never make friends.
Okay, here's what it is.
That's
I don't think there's anything wrong with propagating, but like we said, you run the risk of pissing someone off. Some people don't like risk at all. This person sounds like they don't like risk. That's like their personality. Well, and the mother-in-law knows she's running a risk. That's why she's getting a little bit of a thrill out of it. Sounds like. So I don't think she should be mad at her son for not wanting to be a part of that. That's his preference. So neither of them are really the asshole. It's just kind of like,
dude, this type of thievery, being a thief, runs in my bloodline. I love it. Like, I love stealing a small little thing if it's not a big deal. I don't know.
That's such a funny thing to say.
Dude, I think, okay, in the comments, people might get mad at me for saying this, but it runs in my blood. Like, literally, my dad used to cut off flowers from, like, random people's lawns, like, just, like, one. Yeah. And he would, like, give it to my mom.
That's
so
nice.
It's, like, it's cute, right?
I think it's cute. I think it's kind of cute when you, like the other day, we were at an undisclosed restaurant, and basically Nikki took just like a little like milk creamer,
like it's really
little
cute
cup thing.
It was cup thing.
Yeah, it was really cute. I don't think we would have found it anywhere else, and she took it. Big whoop.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Like the company is now suffering from this cup being taken. Like who cares? Things like that. I think
it was not a small business, by the way. I don't believe in taking anything from small business.
No, it was like, it was a big. Trust me, they're gonna recover from this.
They will recover.
Yeah. But yeah, like plants, little trinkets, and little things from like a corporate business and stuff like that, I think is totally fine to take.
I'm gonna take a drink because I think he's kind of an asshole.
That's fair.
Maybe I just don't like him. Maybe I don't think he's exactly an asshole, but I don't like him because he follows the rules too much.
I don't like him either. Cheers.
Yeah.
You guys know plants grow back, right?
Yeah.
You guys know that plants will grow.
It's like when I steal locks of other people's hair. It's like, come on, get over it. It's gonna grow back. This next one is called, Am I the Asshole for Not Canceling a Trip After Dog's Death? I, 28 male, have been planning and saving for a foreign trip with my girlfriend, 27 female, for years. Ever since we started living together, we always dreamed of a nice long trip to multiple countries. I have taken only 2 days off during the past year to cash in my leaves for this trip, and the bill is a whopping $30,000. A little over a month ago, our dog Tommy, Doberman if that's relevant, of 6 years passed away. Parentheses, he was 2 when we adopted him. Sounds like he's trying to defend himself just in case people are like, why did he die so young? But that wasn't very surprising because Tommy wasn't keeping well for a month before his passing. His body odor had changed and his activity level just plummeted. We took him to the vet multiple times, but sadly Tommy didn't make it. It was quite hard for me as he was my very first dog and I got him with my girlfriend when we moved in after college. Obviously, this was not easy on girlfriend either, and she was probably even more affected by his passing than I was. But we tried to move on, or at least that's what I did. We went with our routine. We spent more time with each other given the circumstances. Both of us started our shopping and all the necessary preparation. Now we are due to leave for the trip in 4 days, and my girlfriend tells me that she's still not over Tommy's death, and she's not up for the trip. I reasoned with her that going on this trip would be a perfect break and an away time for us to divert our attention. But she was adamant, saying it just doesn't feel right. Upon asking her why she hadn't told me about this earlier, girlfriend responded that it's taking her longer to get over Tommy. Plus, she just wanted our trip to be perfect and wanted to go when she's in a better mood and excited for it. I tried explaining that because we are just 4 days away from the trip, even with travel insurance, we'll only be able to get a full refund on flight tickets and some of the bookings. This would only cover less than a third of expenses, meaning a solid loss of over $20,000. She was still frustratingly stubborn on this, but I told her I'm not up to wasting that much money, so if she's not up for it, I'll either take a friend of mine along or go alone. This bothered her quite a bit, resulting in a full-out argument. I even got calls from her mother and our common friends. They were all the same, complaining about me being unsupportive and just abandoning her while I go have fun on what's supposed to be our trip. None of them understand that canceling won't work, and it'll be a couple years before we can go on another trip like this. So Reddit, am I the asshole?
Wow. $20,000? You won't be reimbursed? And she's like,
bro,
that's crazy.
Like, I'm not trying to be mean at all. Like, it's hard to lose an animal, but it seems like it's been a while. Like, it's been a little over a month. And this is a dog that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it is hard to get over, like, the passing of an animal because it's your friend, right?
Yeah.
But to not go on this trip and make your boyfriend lose $20,000 is kind of insane.
Yeah. Some people see their animals as, like, an extension of their family or even, like, part of the family. So when their pet dies, they take it, like, really hard. Like, as if it was a real person. So they grieve as if it was a real person. And I understand that. But like he gave you a choice. You need to respect that he's gonna lose $20,000
yeah.
on a freaking vacation. And like, I don't understand why she's upset that he's offering to have someone else take her place instead. Like, she's totally being irrational and unfair.
So she just wants nobody to go on the trip and just for that money to get lost.
Exactly.
For why?
For why?
For why?
There's no reason. If she doesn't want to go on the trip and she's still grieving, that's fair. But why does there need to be any commotion about anyone else going on the trip? Like, no brainer. Obviously, if he still wants to go and doesn't want to lose $20,000, that's his choice.
Yeah, for real. If he's paying for it, and it seems like he has only taken 2 days off in the past year to try to save up for this trip, I think it's fucked up.
Totally. Definitely. Or definitely not the asshole. Yeah. Sorry. Am I the asshole for inviting my dad's girlfriend to my baby shower when my mom hates her? My parents have been divorced for 14 years now, and my mom was the one who left my dad for another man. I'm the first kid to have a baby in my family. I invited my dad's girlfriend of 7 years to my baby shower, and now my mom refuses to go. My mom hates her because 6 years ago I asked my dad to come to the bridal shower to buy my wedding dress I found by myself, and I took a photo of all of us and put it on Facebook quoting, "Said yes to the dress." My dad's girlfriend just happened to be in the photo and my mom lost it. At my baby shower, she wanted a game for just her because she's the grandma to be. I told her no, and I told her that I was inviting my dad's girlfriend to the shower. Now she's saying she won't love my baby and she'll just love my siblings' future kids more. So am I the asshole for inviting my dad's girlfriend to my baby shower? What? No!
The way she's trying to control this whole situation and make it about herself is like, it's almost funny.
It's like comical.
It's comical.
That's hilarious.
It's comically evil.
Yeah, that is comically evil. I like how she needs. What is this special game?
I don't know. Have you ever been to a baby shower?
Oh, right, it's a baby shower.
It's horrible.
I did when I was like a really little kid.
I'm sorry to everybody who likes baby showers. This is literally the worst party that exists. Okay, you play games with your family about the baby, and there's always some weird fucked up game that involves like a sexual question, and then you're right next to your mom, and she's like answering these sexual questions. This is my personal.
So it's just painful.
There's probably somebody out there that's like, what? That's not how baby showers work.
Dude, that's crazy.
Now that I think about it, maybe my family's just fucked up.
Just had a weird baby shower.
Yeah. My sister had what are those things called? What are those things called? They're not strippers.
Yeah.
They're like
dancers.
Classier.
Porn stars.
No. What? They're like a fancy stripper. No hate to strippers. I just don't know how to explain it. Burlesque. My sister had a burlesque dancer at her baby shower.
What does a baby and a burlesque have to do with anything? Is a baby shower supposed to be like a bachelorette party? Like where it's like the one final like blowout before I get married. The one final blowout before I have this kid.
This blowout sale.
What is that? She had a burlesque dancer? Sorry, I'm not judging.
No, I'm judging.
It's interesting, yeah.
Now you know a little something about how my family works.
Yep. Anyway, definitely not the asshole. I like how she said she won't love my baby and she'll just love my siblings' future kids more. So is it she won't love the baby or she'll love the future siblings' kids more? Because either way, she still loves the baby.
So she's saying she does love the baby.
Yeah, it's interesting. Love is supposed to be unconditional. So I think if she has a condition, she doesn't really love anyone in this situation. Yeah.
Right?
No.
Right? Because what did the baby really even do? It's like, I really loved you and everything, but then...
your mom's a fucking dick.
Yeah, your mom went and invited that bitch.
Yeah. Invited
Like,
that
what
bitch
is that?
to your baby shower.
She says that the mom cheated on her dad, and now she's mad about the girlfriend. Like, that says a lot.
That was interesting too. I thought that was interesting too.
This says a lot about society.
I feel like that kind of happened with my mom and dad.
Really?
Yeah, because my mom was like sus, and then like she's super jealous of my stepmom. What's up with that?
Dude, I don't know. I get the feeling that people that cheat just like, or mistreat their spouse, whatever it is, they just regret it when they see
them happier.
Yeah.
When they see them happier, they're oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
But that's like really selfish too, because if you love somebody, you should want them to be happy.
Would I be the asshole for reporting my old friends for a stolen toy? I, 19-year-old female, and another friend unrelated to the situation discovered a stuffed rat puppet in our theater department's prop room our junior year. After a few weeks of both of us becoming attached, our director gifted it to us, and since then it has become a very sentimental piece to me. The next year, I maintained a main friend group with 3 other people, and we collectively decided to rotate having the stuffed toy throughout our first year of college and passing it on whenever we were all home for the break.
This is a really weird thing that's happening here. Before we continue, why are you doing this?
Yeah, why is this happening? What about this stuffed rat is so important?
Like, don't y'all have like significant others or like a family or something? Don't y'all have electives?
That's funny. Alright, I don't know. However, back in June, we had a really awful falling out. The day before the falling out, I had accidentally left the toy in the car of theirs, not expecting to have a falling out occur. For the past few months, I would contact both of them asking where my toy was, and they would either ignore me or say they would give it to me, which they never did. But this week, I'm leaving to attend my second year, and I had intentions of giving the toy to another friend who's going to be attending their first year. I had texted them a few days ago and was ignored. What? So is this a whole process of like you're passing around this rat like every year, this stuffed poor dead rat?
It was like the sisterhood of the traveling pants, but with a rat. The sisterhood of the traveling rat.
I was incredibly angry as I made it clear that we were not friends and that I would not be okay with any of them taking my toy back to school or giving it to someone else. Why are you mad that they're giving it to someone else if she's trying to give it to some other random first year? So I created a group chat with them along with 2 other people they started hanging out with after our falling out, stating that I want my property returned to me this week or I will be making this a big ordeal. This person's insane. I don't fully intend to file a report, but I fear that I'm overreacting. None of them have replied to the message I had sent, so I'm very worried that I took it too far. So, will I be the asshole? I don't think it's about the toy, really. I think it's a pride thing, and it's also like, if I can't be your friend, then you can't have this toy. You know what I mean? This is our special thing, and our sacred thing, and you fucking pissed on it. You know what I mean? Like,
or maybe she just wants an excuse to talk to them again.
Could be that too.
But there could be something psychological afoot with this rat. This rat could be performing hypnosis on these individuals.
Yeah, this rat could be haunted and make them feel possessed by a demon. Part of me too though is like they would share it throughout the fucking school year. They would share the rat and like pass it around. So why does she get sole like possession of it at the end of the falling out? Weren't they all passing it around?
That's true.
Why does it matter who it lands on? Totally. Wait, hang on. Let me read the edits. Hi, I just wanted to clarify. The toy is only mine, okay? When I was gifted it, the other friend allowed me to have complete ownership. I just allowed to share it with the others to help ease the transition to college. Wait, what? Ease the transition to college by having this stuffed rat.
I think that this person is an asshole, but I would need to see the rat.
Yeah, you would have to see the rat.
You have to be like, damn, is this worth fighting for?
Totally.
Like
I think there's more going on in context that we don't see, and I feel like this person did something that made the other people shun her, and I think she's just trying to use the rat as like a controlling thing. And also, it's like, okay, if out of thin air, out of the drop of a hat, you left it in the car and then just things fall apart, clearly you didn't know these people as well as you thought you would, and then you shouldn't have freaking let people you don't know that well borrow the rat that is apparently detrimental to the transition of college. You know what I mean? It sounds like a very sacred thing that you're just giving away.
The guru rat of college.
Yeah.
Yes, she is the asshole. I still want to see that rat though.
True.
This one says, am I the asshole for not telling my new coworker I was Hispanic? I, 24 female, was born in Colombia. Even though I was born there, at first glance, I feel like I was born in America. I am very fluent in Spanish and English. When I speak English, I speak it with a little bit of an accent. Sarah was recently hired and now works in the area I work in. I don't mind her very much, but she seems to have a problem with me speaking Spanish. 2 days ago, Sarah walked into a conversation with me and my other coworkers who also speak Spanish. I speak Spanish with them because though they can speak English well, it's easier to speak Spanish for them. We don't do that when we are talking around people who only speak English. When Sarah saw me speaking Spanish, she kind of looked at me weird but didn't say anything. Yesterday, one of the coworkers who I was talking to told me that Sarah told them that I'm trying to be something I'm not, and I try too hard to speak Spanish, and it's embarrassing that I force an accent every time I speak English. I decided to talk to Sarah about it, and I told her respectfully that I am Hispanic and my accent isn't forced and Spanish is my first language. Sarah told me that I should have told her first that I was Hispanic because I made her embarrass herself in front of other people. I don't think I did anything wrong, but my coworkers did say that I should have been more clear that I was Hispanic because I look more European. Bitch, you don't have to tell anybody what you are at all, ever.
Also, why do you need to be Hispanic to speak Spanish?
Yeah, and why does she have a problem with her speaking Spanish at all anyways?
Yeah.
Why does she care?
That's crazy.
And also, why would she assume that her accent is fake?
It just doesn't make any sense. Why would that come to your mind in the first place? Like, if I saw someone speaking English and they were from another country, I wouldn't be like, you're trying too hard to be American and speak English.
Yeah.
That's just such a weird thing to say.
I feel like the root problem of this is that this girl is really jealous of her.
Yeah. Definitely. Sounds really jealous.
She's
for some reason.
nitpicking at her. Like, not the asshole. What a bunch of racist nonsense. It is none of your coworkers' business what your ethnic background is. I agree.
That's sad, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely not the asshole.
You sound like a hater.
Yeah, you sound like a hater.
You know what that lady maybe needs? Is a rat. A stuffed rat.
She needs a stuffed rat to help her transition to work.
This one says, am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law to go fuck herself? For context, I, Charlotte, 30 female, and my husband, Cameron, 41 male, got married 3 years ago. We met when I was 24 and he was 35. My husband is a wealthy man, but I had no insight into his salary / savings, etc. when we married, and it was not a factor in my falling in love with him at all. We have an age gap of 11 years, and while the rest of my husband's family are fine with this, his sister, Amy, 39 female, has always been weird about it. And when we got married, in her speech, she made a comment about how when I was born, my husband was in middle school. I would have been fine with this comment, but the way she said it rubbed me the wrong way. She made a few quips about me living the easy life and using my husband's credit card, etc. She basically made it seem like I was a gold digger in front of mine and my husband's entire family. This really pissed me off because I earn a good wage myself and I love my work. I didn't say anything about it, however, because I wanted to keep the peace. And over the years at family gatherings, she made comments about me using her brother as a human credit card. She would always give me a dirty look when we were one-on-one, and she would tell me that my husband deserved better than somebody else who uses him for his money and how she earns much more than me. This is just an insight into why my patience with her was thinning. Okay, pause. Why is she bragging to her about how much money she makes? Does she want to marry her brother?
That's what I'm wondering. Also, it's kind of like, I think the gold digger thing is something interesting too, because where does the line draw where it's like you're a couple and you're married and someone clearly makes more money than you, it's okay.
Yeah.
But you're married and you both have things that you spend money on. You know what I mean? That's not being a gold digger.
Yeah.
It's a gold digger if it's like she jumped in and it was just for the money. You know what I mean? People use that too lightly.
Yeah, for real. I feel like when I think of a classic gold digger, is like a girl who's like 20 years old and the husband is like 80.
Yeah, about to die. Yeah.
That's the classic.
That's digging for gold.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Fast forward 4 years, I am pregnant with mine and my husband's first child. We had a baby shower of sorts in which my husband's sister was invited. I was hesitant to invite her as I had never clicked with her at all, and frankly, I disliked her. During the party, I was talking to my other sister-in-law, Kelly, 36 female, whom I am close to as she's a great friend and I just get along with her better. Amy was drinking, not heavily, but she came over and saw me and Kelly talking happily. She made a snippy comment about how I always left her out and how she was always being pushed out of her brother's life by me. Like how at my wedding she wasn't a bridesmaid, but Kelly was.
Okay, really quick, I think this helps her like ethos as the original poster, because the fact that she specified that she wasn't drinking heavily, she didn't have to. She could have used it against her, but she didn't. Just saying, just for
sure, for
context, I kind of believe her more.
Yeah, she seems like a good person. She could have like easily made her out to be more of like a monster.
Yeah, and she could have vaguely just said like, oh, she was drinking.
Yeah, she was drunk.
But she said not heavily, which was like just to show that like.
I don't know what's worse, being shitty in general or being shitty and drunk.
Drink, yeah.
So continuing from why Kelly, the other woman, was a bridesmaid and she wasn't. This was because I got along well with Kelly and met my husband because I was friends with her. So of course she was in my wedding party. I was already at my wit's end with Amy after a comment she made about me using this baby to trap my husband into never getting a divorce. So I said to her, why would I make you my bridesmaid when you're such a bitch to me all the time for no goddamn reason? There's always a problem with you, and frankly, Amy, I'm done with your bullshit. Go fuck yourself, and stormed off.
Let's go.
Yes! My husband was upset that I had said those things, but he understood why I felt that way, and he said that he would speak to Amy about it. Amy told my in-laws what I said, and I got a call from my mother-in-law asking me to apologize to Amy for what I said. Amy has also contacted me and told me repeatedly that I am an asshole. I have spoken to my mother-in-law about how Amy has been saying rude things the whole time me and my husband have been together, and that I would not apologize to Amy, and if she wanted to meet her niece/nephew, that she would have to apologize to me. And now Amy's blowing up my phone even more. So am I the asshole? I feel like what I said was justified, but maybe my pregnancy hormones are making me act irrationally.
I don't think she's an asshole.
No.
I think she needed to stand up for herself. I think she did the right thing.
For sure.
I'm curious what people said about this and what her edits are.
Okay, so the top rated comment is not the asshole. Amy's family, especially your husband, should have addressed her comments and behavior years ago. If they had, you wouldn't have felt the way that you did at that moment. You owe no apologies unless Amy apologizes for bullying you for so long.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anyone needs to apologize, it's Amy.
Yeah, like it seems like this has been going on for years, and she's such a nice person that she tried to ignore it, and like she just blew up. Like,
yeah.
And I think that's fair.
That's crazy. Wait, so what did the edit say that she made?
Let's see. Since many people commented, yes, my husband has spoken to his sister about her behavior and asked her to stop, but she gets upset and says that he's choosing me over her.
Of course he's gonna choose his wife over his sister. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Dude, this is so gross.
Is there like weird incest going on?
This is like gross vibes. Like, dude, let go of your freaking brother.
I
like,
hate this, dude.
Do you want to marry your brother? Do you want to have a child with your brother? Because that's what you're sounding like right now.
Of course he's gonna choose his wife over the sister. It's his wife. He's having a baby with her.
Yeah, that's like his child.
Yeah, what?
Okay, edit two. I have seen and read all of your guys' comments, and I'm so grateful you all agree with me. I have tried to respond to all of you, but there's so many of you. I've decided to confront my husband about her and tell him that I want to go
to
NC?
North Carolina?
Not North Carolina. Oh, I think that means no contact.
Oh, gotcha.
I want to go no contact with his sister. I will update you guys when I do. Update. I have spoken to my husband about going non-contact with Amy, and I showed him the Reddit post and your guys' comments, and he told me I was totally out of line. He said that he would not stop talking to his sister and that it's ridiculous. He said that the idea of his sister never meeting our kids is ludicrous. I'm sat in the bathroom crying. I don't know what to do. He told me that this whole situation has been blown out of proportion and that the internet is feeding me a pack of lies. I know that this isn't an advice subreddit, but I need to know what to do. I don't want Amy anywhere near this precious Bubba.
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 Oh.
I've listened to you guys and I totally agree. But what's my next step here? I'm considering posting something in relationship advice because I genuinely don't know what to do.
I would say the sister-in-law needs to apologize, and if she doesn't, then she doesn't get to meet her kid. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think it's fair to like force the husband to have no contact because that's still his sister.
Yeah.
I feel like he has
a relationship with her.
Yeah.
He has a connection with her. They grew up together. I think it's fair.
I think he still has the right to be in contact with the sister, but I think the new mother has the right to not want her to see the child unless she apologizes.
Yeah, because if she hates her so much, then like how's she gonna treat this baby?
Totally.
Like I feel like if she's allowed into the life of this kid, that she's also gonna give that same resentment to the child.
Totally.
Because it's an extension of her.
I agree.
And how she disapproves of their relationship.
I agree. So until she can freaking woman up and apologize, then she shouldn't be able to say
Amy,
that.
fuck off.
Fuck off, Amy. You're an asshole. Wait, what does the final edit say?
The final edit says, I never said that I wanted my husband to go non-contact.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay.
I said that I wanted to. He didn't listen to what I was saying and assumed it meant both of us.
I
Okay,
see.
so that's why he was upset.
Okay, that makes sense.
Edit. Thanks for all the support and comments, guys. This is starting to get a bit overwhelming though. I think I'm going to take a step back and let things settle down. I'm trying to respond to everyone, but it's pretty impossible at this point. Thank you for your comments nonetheless. I'm going to leave the dust to settle and come to my own conclusions. If I make an update, it won't be for a few days. Thank you for all the love and support. I just ask that if you feel like leaving tough comments or negative ones, not to. Please be aware that I'm already stressed out about the situation, and on top of that, I'm pregnant.
Oh yeah, she's fucking
Yeah,
pregnant and
people
doing this.
imagine that this lady is pregnant and people are in the comments like, fuck you. I don't think so. I think most people are probably being nice.
Dude, that's so sad that she's pregnant doing with that though too.
Oh yeah,
that's horrible.
That also makes me feel even stronger about how Amy is a bitch because she's telling this to somebody who's pregnant with a kid.
That's crazy. Definitely not the asshole.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, what did we learn today?
We learned that
we learned to leave Hispanic people alone in the workplace. Yep. We learned that people named Amy fucking suck.
Amy sucks.
Amy sucks. Yeah. Amy, if you're out there, sincerely,
you are the asshole.
You are the asshole. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. We love you.
Love you. Thank you.